That's right. You are now connected with your favorite radio host, Kaya Wheeler. And in studio today, my special guest. You guys have heard her call in so many times to the Connected Radio phone lines. Here she is finally in studio with me.
Thank you so much just for that lovely introduction. I am Taylor Hill, the host of Tea Talks with Taiy podcast. You can catch that on YouTube, okay, my YouTube channel, Tea Talks with Taiy. Hey. And, for all of my guests who are watching this is the Kaya Wheeler, who is the host of Get Connected Birmingham, which premieres every Saturday at 5
o'clock live, baby. So guess what? Today is a surprise collaboration. Yes, so this show will stream live on radio. It's also going boom on my Facebook page. It's also going boom on her YouTube page. It's gonna be big. So it's also almost our birthday.
Yes,
so we were a little excited. We're a little hype. We got a little birthday behavior going on in the studio today. Okay. We're going to keep most of that behind the scenes and in the bloopers. But and we're going to keep it professional for you all. But today is going to be a little different, but not really. Same energy, same seriousness with these hot topics, same goals to empower, educate, and enlighten. Okay, so guys, here we go. Jumping in today's story, we've got to start with a hot topic. It's been going viral. Everybody's been talking about it. It happened earlier this week. Was it last weekend when this occurred?
I got the news. I know I did a video on it Tuesday, so I believe so last weekend.
Yes. Yeah. So what happened in Aurora, Colorado, guys? What happened with this traffic stop? Okay. It's just too much, all right? Basically, there was a woman who decided to treat her daughter, her sisters, and nieces to a girls' day at the nail salon. I just got my nails done and my toes, so I'm feeling good. I told you I was birthday behavior right now. But that's regular, innocent, fun, light self-care, right? Headed to get their nails done, pulls into the nail salon, realized that it's closed. Walking back to the car, and then whoop whoop. But you know what that sound like, or you are already visualizing those blue lights. Okay. Yeah. Nonetheless, this whole situation I believe, was handled wrong. It was just unnecessary. Like many of the cases that we discussed that happen involving police all of our lives, but it's more prominently in today's day. Mm-hmm. So Taylor, what do you feel about this situation with these girls? Basically, there is a video that is going viral, okay, where these kids are forced to lay on their stomachs on the ground.
Yeah, hot concrete facing the ground, yes.
Some of them are handcuffed.
6-year-old, yes.
These children age ranges are 17, 12, 14, 6 years old. There's a gun pointed at them. Why? What? I know y'all like, okay, Kai, you saying all of this stuff, but what they get pulled over for in the first place? Because if they was around here doing something they got no business, none of that should matter, because did you hear the ages of the kids that I named?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. But apparently the officers ran the tag and determined that this is probably a stolen car, because there is a vehicle reported stolen in a different state with the same tag number.
But wasn't it a motorcycle?
It was a whole motorcycle.
And not an SUV. Those are two completely different things.
That's what I'm saying. So this whole thing is kind of like just not equaling up to be justifiable, because I'm understanding you notice this vehicle with this tag plate, that you're looking for a vehicle with this tag plate. Yeah. Maybe they switched it, took it off the motorcycle, put it on the car. But when you realize it's a bunch of children involved, even if the protocol is to do just what you did, do you not deviate from the norm and decide, I could probably let these babies sit on the curb and ask this adult to step to the side for a moment while I talk with them, right? Because they're going to be traumatized for the rest of their life.
That's the word.
And I know I didn't have to say it, but I'm going to have to say it. They was all black. Let's just go there. And I'm not even trying to make everything be a race issue, but do you think those officers would have made little white kids lay down on their stomach, handcuffed at 6 years old? I'm just being real. This is type of stuff that we have to consider, because how are you going to tell me...
Especially in this socio-political time.
Exactly.
Yes.
That this was justifiable. Even if that is the protocol, something in your right mind, your humane mind, your integrity should have said, okay, let me assess the situation and deal with it accordingly. Your thoughts, Taylor?
Okay. So, with that, the protocol, I can tell you right now, the reason why they didn't even want to defer from their protocol is because of the adultification of young black girls. You know, we have a lot of protect black women and protect our black women and make sure they're safe and make sure we're treating them right because of police brutality, because we have so many women being hurt, abused, killed. And here's the thing, they're not doing that. Like, black women, the reason why that hashtag is a thing is because black women are seen as fragile. We're not seen as worthy of protection. Okay, I literally just did my research on this and am working on an article on adultification of young black girls as we are speaking right now. So that's one reason why. Again, we're talking about the police. The police who have a very long history of excessive force when it comes to members of the black community. That's why I said the reason why we have to bring up race is because of the times we're in, the socio-political times we're in. Like, it is such a time to be alive right now. Like, this is just really almost like a second civil rights movement. So, like, this is the time where all of this stuff, all of this, these issues with America dealing with the race and white supremacy and the whole justice system and how corrupt the police is and how corrupt the justice system is taking place. So it is very important that we always make sure we're bringing up race, because one thing that kills me is, why does everything have to be about race?
Because
it is about race.
It's the unspoken reality that we live in.
Yes,
now, I know that every single decision that's made is not based off race. We got common sense up in the Connected Radio studio, okay? We're not operating in that mentality, but we are aware and we do acknowledge, okay? But also, we are black women. So we feel this differently.
Proud black women.
So I have a 13-year-old sister. She was in studio just last week.
And I have a 13-year-old niece.
I have a 3-year-old sister.
3-year-old
I have nieces. Girl. And I go to get my nails done regularly.
Whew.
And let it happen down here. We're going to be marching in the streets, okay?
Very, very upset.
But I don't say that to threaten. I say that because we bring these topics up so that we can make a change. Not just to nag and bash and talk bad about the authorities. We respect the authorities. We want to make
they need to respect
and
us
create.
In return.
You're right. Respect is given and received. But we want to create this kind of amicable relationship amongst the community and the authorities. And we want to be able to respect and care and trust them. Okay? And so that's why we bring these topics up, so we can dissect it. We can talk about where they went wrong and how we can change this so it doesn't happen again in the future. Now, fortunately, the police chief in Aurora, Colorado did make a statement and apologize. She did admit that the police officers at the scene did follow what training taught them. They were supposed to make everybody get on the ground. They were supposed to handcuff. They were supposed to have a gun ready because it was a high risk pullover. This was a potentially stolen vehicle. But they're re-evaluating the training processes.
Yes.
They are definitely going to make some changes, and that's what I can appreciate. I'm glad that nobody was hurt.
Yes.
They're also, the city is paying for counseling for those kids due to the trauma. I cannot be upset at the reaction, the response that the city is taking to that. Because that's what you're supposed to do when you do a bad thing. You right that wrong.
Other cities
is everybody
need to take notes, because I was just about to bring up the traumatic experience. You can apologize all you want, but the traumatic experience, and to hear that they're doing a call to action. Mm-hmm. All right, okay.
You said something then, Taylor, though, because I wrote in my notes, guys. I wrote that we're tired of sorry.
Ooh. Yes.
You said you can apologize all you want, but that don't make us not hurt anymore.
We're
tired of sorry. Do y'all remember being young? You thought you were so clever when you turned around and somebody said, "I'm sorry that this," and you be like, Sorry didn't do it. You did. We thought it was too slick. That was the best comment. Sorry didn't do it. You did. That's the truth. Some things, it don't matter. That's why they pay people money when big stuff happens. They give you money, but that still doesn't change it. But that's because they know. Ain't nothing I can do about it, but at least this will help you.
Yeah, at least the money can give you access to resources.
Yeah, and help you better your life since this thing all went down. But they know saying sorry means nothing. Absolutely. That means nothing. The only time sorry means something to me is if I bump into you in the store. And we shopping down the same aisles, but we don't do that no more because it's social distancing. And Walmart says you can only enter this way and exit that way.
Sure.
Taylor dropped her head. She don't follow those rules. And Dylan smirked to the side. He don't
see the point
rules.
of them if I already have on a mask.
I barely go in Walmart anyway.
Really?
Yeah.
I've been in Walmart a lot.
They have them at like Publix, and other in Aldi.
So
I know
where are you
sure.
shopping if you're not in Walmart?
Well, I still live at home with my parents.
So they're shopping.
They're the ones that
I'm not mad at that.
I still have to go to the store even though I'm at home.
I'm not mad at that. Guys, this show, I know we started off intense, but guys, stick with us if you want to be in on some good conversation. We're about to take a quick little break, and I'll see you on the other side. This is Connected Radio Birmingham. Tea Talks with Taylor. See you on the other side. And we are back to this special episode of Connected Radio Birmingham because today we are connected with Taylor, YouTuber, podcaster of Tea Talks with Taiy.
Hey.
See, over the break I had to do that, say it 5 times quick because I was trying to mess it up. But anyways, you guys have heard of Taylor. She calls in on the Connected Radio phone lines all the times. You can do that too. The number is 866-551-9933. You definitely want to get in on the conversations we are covering today. If you've been connected with us so far, then we have already talked about one hot topic, the situation over in Aurora, Colorado, where those black women were and children were arrested. It turned out okay, I guess.
Thank you, God.
The best turnout that you could have had. They apologized, charges dropped, counseling, making changes to protocol and training efforts. That's what we want to see. Yes. We want to feel like we are cared about, and that's how you do it.
I mean, like Black Lives Matter. I mean, that's exactly.
Ultimately, what I feel is the most important to pull out of all of this, in addition to what Taylor said about the adultification of black girls, because that's relevant information. Do your research on that. Okay. But what I really want to harp on is the fact that we have rules in this world. Mm-hmm. We're made to do a job. We operate in a certain mindset. But I need for at some point your compassion, your humanity, I need you to think a little bit more before we act. Because if there was a 6-year-old, a 12-year-old, 14 and 17 on the ground laying on their stomach, and all you trying to do is find out is the vehicle stolen, you can talk to the driver and have them stand out the way. That's going too far. So can everybody and everything that you do be more acknowledging of the actions you are taking to get the job done?
Yes.
Okay, because I can probably imagine that there are so many other times where things like this go unnoticed and unheard of because somebody's too scared to speak up for themselves, because somebody doesn't think that any change will come of it, because they don't want to be called a bandwagon or not take it seriously because everything else is going on in the world around police brutality. So we just want to share with you on the Connected Radio Birmingham that we care about you. Your life does matter. You deserve justice and dignity and respect. That's off the rip.
Yes.
You know?
God-given human right.
Right? So as we pivot in today's show, we're going to talk about another serious topic, okay? Got to. I know every week just about we tackle in on this gun violence thing because it's real. It's happening all over the world.
Yes, it's rampant. Like, gun violence is really serious.
But as much as there is to discuss about gun violence, there is to discuss about gun safety. And right now, I don't know how safe I feel, if I'm just being honest.
Yeah, I agree.
And because I'm afraid to some extent, makes me feel like I need to protect myself.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes me want to be a concealed carrier. Although I've had no interest in carrying a gun. When I was younger, I only wanted one because it looked cool on TV. But I never wanted to shoot, just wanted to have one. So I could say I had one. I got a gun. I didn't play with toy guns. I didn't even use a water gun.
Right.
Like, it's like that deep. I've always been a non-violent person. Okay, my mama have to coach me into practicing using my taser. I'm serious.
Yeah,
I'm about to be
scared.
22 years old. She purchased a taser for me. It's pink and shiny and pretty.
Oh, mine is too.
I got some mace that I'm ready to use though.
Like, look, I'm scared of my taser too.
But this gun is just a whole nother level.
Yes.
Okay, how do people muster up that they gonna be prepared to shoot somebody?
Yeah.
The only
That's
way I
so
can ever
serious.
feel myself hyped up enough to do that is gonna have to boil down to a you versus me situation.
I mean, really.
You know what I mean? It's like that. But I can't wait till it comes down to that you versus me situation to
You're not going to know how to use it.
Exactly. So if I'm serious about this thing and purchasing a gun, I'm going to have to go through the proper training and be aware of gun safety. Taylor, I did a little research too. Okay, gun sales are going up. Came across this article that says that when Americans panic, they buy guns.
That sounds like America.
Okay, lots of them during the last 6 months of 2020. Okay, during this global pandemic, during all this civil unrest among the different states in the U.S. surrounding police brutality and Black Lives Matter protests and everything else going on, people have gotten a little anxious and they need to go, like I said, get some protection because they're feeling fearful. All right? Do you want to know the numbers? It's been reported that in the first 6 months of 2020, a 10.3 million firearm transactions have been made in the U.S.
Wow.
10.3 million. 10.3 million. How about this? Can we make this video reach 10.3 million people? That's why I want to see these numbers applied. Okay,
Yeah.
share this video right now. Like, subscribe, comment, all that. Bring a friend, tell a friend, tell your mom and them, because I want to see that number applied in different rhetoric. 10.3 million firearm transactions have already been made. That was the first 6 months. We in month 8, so that doesn't even account for what's happened since then. Okay, and guess what? We're going to keep going with that. Since this same time last year, okay, gun sales have increased by 95%, and ammunition sales have increased by 139%. Okay, compared to this same time last year. Last year we was having a hot girl summer.
Most definitely, everybody was happy.
This year we 38 hot. I'm just trying to see.
Oh my!
Is
really
it something
though.
in the water? You know, Taylor, what are we gonna do about this? How do you feel about being a woman? We're supposed to be the damsel in distress. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And your decision about guns. Are you still like against it? Are you for it? Are you thinking about it on the edge?
With the guns, I am scared. Like, I really do not like guns. I don't like them at all. I'm very scared of them. I don't trust myself with one. I don't have the desire to learn how to use one. Although, with that being said, I know I need some form of protection. Like we both said, we both have tasers. But at this point, with everything going on, I'm not sure if a taser is enough.
First of all, Half of these criminals is just gonna laugh at the taser anyway, but
And
you also gotta get close enough to get tased. I don't want you, if you're that close to me, it's probably already over.
It's over. It's over.
But seriously, we don't mean to make light of this situation. This is for real.
Yeah.
This is no longer the jokey joke. I'll shoot somebody if they do this to me. That should have never been a joke anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but now in today's time, it absolutely is no room for that. I've known people who have guns and they just, every opportunity they get, they want to show me they got a gun. You don't need to do that. I believed you when you said you had one.
Okay.
If you pull this gun out one more time, I'm pulling my phone out. Because I'm about to call the police. Because you clearly got an itchy trigger finger or something. I don't understand. I believe you when you said you had one. You don't have to show me the proof.
It's not like
you know what I mean?
A prize
It's not
relic.
the newest game that just got released.
It's not a toy.
Boom.
That's exactly
Not
what
a toy. But I think that it is relevant to consider that we must handle it properly. We must have our mental health in check, though, as well, before purchasing and carrying these firearms. And these background checks, I've never done a firearm background check. I want you guys to put in the comments right now if you have a gun, if you've gone through the license process, how that goes. They're not checking to see if I'm crazy?
Which
and I hate
is
to use the
actually
term crazy, but I think that's more all-inclusive.
Yeah. And that's something that a lot of people have been like trying to work towards, fighting towards, because of all of the school shootings. They're trying to work for implementing psychological background checks, because these people who conduct these school shootings is like they can't be in the right state of mind. And a lot of times after we hear about these school shootings, they say it was someone who had a mental illness or someone who was dealing with mental health
or
issues.
Push to the limit. Sometimes you just need to be triggered enough.
The question stands, well, how were they able to obtain this lethal weapon if they weren't even someone who has a healthy state of mind to have that in their possession?
Well, that's almost another conversation, because the reality is we know that there are underground gun sales going on.
Yes.
We know that there are pawn shops who is looking the other way based off your age, as long as you got something to give them.
Which is so immoral.
We know that there are people who have guns at home who do not secure them and keep them put up where they need to be. We know that there are people who teach their children, show their children, who introduce that. So we know that there are so many other elements that contribute to this, but we've got to talk about, for the people, the new gun carriers, do you really want to make that decision, and why? And can you handle it? Can you carry the weight that comes along with toting a gun? We're going to dive into that a little deeper when we return from our break. Thank you guys for connecting with us so far. We'll see you on the other side.
We have before us the glorious opportunity to inject a new dimension of love into the veins of our civilization.
Yeah, we are all connected, all of us affected by the injustice all over the planet. Time to do something, do it for the culture, unite and conquer. Together we are stronger, you are not connected.
Halfway through the show already? Are you kidding me? This always goes by so fast. I'm just here for Taylor's dance with that theme song. Is that how you are when you're listening on the radio and on Facebook?
I really like the beat.
She be like,
I really like the beat, yes.
I picked that beat.
Okay.
I haven't said this a long time. You said it all the time in the first year of Connected Radio Birmingham, but I wrote the lyrics to that song.
I was just going to say, you wrote it too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I purchased that beat from a producer myself. Like, I own the beat.
Oh.
Is that how that work? I've never been a musician person or anything. Just because I purchased it, do that mean I own it?
I feel like
or
if you
does that
purchase
just mean I own the
anything,
right to use it, but it's still theirs? I don't know.
Well, it's your song. So
It's
you own
my
the
song.
So you own the beat. You own the beat.
But it might be time for a new version. So any of you musicians out here, any of you producers
plug in.
Anybody who thinks they can help me with the nice jingle that's gonna spread the connected message, then I am so here for it. Definitely send me an inbox. Today we have talking about a couple of things. We're gonna continue on that topic of gun safety. I just want to know, what are you thinking about as you prepare to purchase a gun? Why are you excited about it? What practice or safety courses and guidelines are you following, if at all? Where'd you learn about it? YouTube? Your
YouTube
family? A stranger? I need to know where your head is, because I'm trying to make this decision for me. This is real. Yeah. I'm really trying to decide, is that my next step, purchase a gun? But this is what the problem is, Taylor. I'm not prepared to carry no gun. My purses is little and cute. They discriminate. What kind of word was that? Dylan, cut that off the record. They discriminate against us women. Yes. They don't even give us pockets half the time. Where am I supposed to keep a gun?
Yeah, right.
You see what I mean? Like,
oh, you help.
And then do I take it everywhere I
go? Because depending on the state, only some states have open carry laws. So you even got to look at if your state allows for you to carry a gun, like into grocery stores or wherever you're going.
I'm gonna just be real. Half the time I don't even want to carry my purse in the store. I take my card out and lock the door. And
because the wallet, phone and wallet
that's
is connected.
Too much to do. Like, somebody's gonna have to teach me how to do this thing, because I don't think I'm ready, and I don't want to make the irresponsible decision of doing it just to do it, or doing it based off the hype, or doing it because I'm anxious about it. Because let me tell y'all something that my pastor taught me about temptation. Temptation can only exist when you have access to it. You can have a desire for many things, but if you don't have access to it, you cannot be tempted by it.
Ooh.
You can see a commercial come on with a delicious, fat, heart attack burger on it. Juicy.
Ooh.
Bun shining.
I'm hungry.
Cheese melting all off the sides. It got like 3 layers of beef and bacon and all that.
Yeah, that's heart attack.
But it looked good. The commercials always look good.
Oh, yeah.
But if I don't have a ride there, or if I can't afford to purchase it, I can't be tempted by it, cheating on my diet because I saw the commercial. I can only be enticed by it. Mm-hmm. Once I'm in the vicinity of that restaurant, now I can make a decision. Now, maybe I cheated on my diet because I was tempted. I kept on trying to go over across the street and get a salad, but this burger line was shorter than the salad line. It was cheaper. Why they do that too? You can get a whole combo.
Well,
for the price of the salad by itself.
We
don't come with no beverage, no fries. I want the fries in my salad.
What?
Okay, that's why this fat girl ain't fell off me yet.
People will order a salad and a small fry though.
I do
to make up for the salad.
But do you know how much more money I spent when I could have got a combo? I'm just saying.
You're right.
I'm getting besides the point. We getting hungry in the studio now.
Yes.
Haven't ate yet. But let me tell y'all about this thing. Once I go get this gun, now I can be tempted.
Yes.
Before I go to the gun safety classes.
You're right.
Somebody can upset me. And I could have never said it before. But now that I got a gun, I'm like, you better quit playing with me. She don't know who she dealing with. And my emotions could get so ramped up.
Mm-hmm.
And me being aware of what I have access to can prompt me to do something. Yeah. I'm not saying the gun control people. Guns don't kill people. People kill people, or whatever they say. Even though it's one and the same.
Even though bullets, bullets don't have names on them.
All of that. But nonetheless, now that I have access to it, my desires and my access together can do some things. If I'm not stable enough to decipher what situation permits it, whether I'm going too far, whether I'm responding off of emotion or reality. There are going to be some times where it might look to be a dangerous situation and a concealed carrier will step up to the plate and be responsible and use it accordingly. That's great. That's what we need them for.
Yes.
But it appears to be more times where folks are using it as a method of punishment, revenge.
Most definitely revenge.
Somebody did something to you and you see them in the mall and now you got to shoot them. What?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Or just a heated dispute, like just gotten way.
You need some anger management.
Yeah.
You need to really decipher what's reality and what's not.
Respect for lives, because it's been a lot of times where just over a dispute. Now y'all shooting each other, and the dispute is over nothing.
On the news, they were talking about a dice game gone wrong, and I can't make it up.
Yeah,
a dice game gone wrong. Now I'm
people
not
get
gonna
shot
lie,
over $15.
it's money in stake. What was that? Lil Baby, they said. Lil Baby is a rapper, guys.
Yeah. What?
Lil Baby, they said something about his family gave him $40 to go do dice, and he came back with millions of dollars, thousands of dollars, something like that.
I haven't.
I heard that story, but I'm not a big Lil Baby fan, so I don't know much about it.
Yeah.
But I admired the fact that he was able to flip it.
I was just going to say, now, Lil Baby's a get money type of dude,
because
he has a whole song called "Get Money."
Makes me want to get my money too.
I mean, he be getting it.
Nonetheless, it's serious to consider where people's minds are when we give them access to such powerful tools.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a game. There are certain positions at your job you wouldn't put somebody in charge of because you don't think they're responsible enough to hold it. You know what I mean? There are certain decisions you make for people because you don't think that they're ready. Is that taken into account when purchasing a gun? After you've already acquired a gun? Or is it just once something pops off, we're going to deal with it from here and you shoulda, coulda, woulda?
Oof.
And not only is the gun dangerous to all the people who are around you, the gun is dangerous for the person who owns it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because how many times do we hear about people outraged and overwhelmed, and then they kill the mom of the baby and then themselves?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or they risk it all because life gets to be so real and so difficult and so heavy of a weight on our shoulders sometimes. And that's when desire, I want the pain to go away, and access.
Mm-hmm.
I have this gun. They marry each other, and that's where you got your temptation. Now it can be all over if I just end it. That's something to consider and not laugh at and not call somebody weak for thinking about, but to really figure out how we can maintain and manage that thing. While we were on the break, my producer Dylan, you've heard him a couple of times. You see him actually in our live. He's never in my Facebook lives because my camera always right here. But there's Dylan. That's who I be talking to all the time. He just waved a few moments and he shared something so insightful, so real. And I honestly had to say, I never thought about this before right now. And I think that it is necessary that we share with my listeners. So Dylan, we talked about, I asked him, was he a gun carrier? And was he interested in carrying one? And his answer was no. And I said, well, why? And this is what he had to say.
So the reason I am not a gun carrier, not interested in being a gun carrier, is because my personal history with depression. So my dad, my entire family, very, very pro-gun. I have no problem with them. But there is a point about a year ago where I hit a really low point, a point where I've never been to before. And I noticed that my dad had been leaving the gun that he carries with him to work every day he had left it on his side table while he was getting ready. And that just kind of stuck in my mind as I was getting to this low point. And I got so bad to a point where I didn't trust myself with that gun being out in the open. So I had asked my parents just to make sure that they were all, at the very least, out of the line of sight, because I just didn't trust myself. And knowing that I have been there once in my life, I am doubtful that I will ever be comfortable carrying a gun. Period.
That's so responsible of you to decide that, and I'm so glad that was your decision, because this could be a whole nother
and that
way.
he was even able to communicate with his family that, and they respected him and gave him, like, respected his mental health, his mental space, and like
his request
proper, and went through the proper precautions. So for that even to take place, that means that they are having conversations about like mental health and even respect mental health in the first place.
Safety, feeling comfortable.
Yes.
The fact that you were even able to say that to
Yes.
them. There are people who don't feel comfortable to share that type of thing. Not only because I don't want to sound weak and crazy, but because it's nobody's business what I'm going through sometimes. Okay?
Now I feel like I should add, I still know where every single gun is in the house.
Mm-hmm.
I know where the key is to the gun safe downstairs that houses our collection of rifles and shotguns and a couple handguns in there as well. I still knew where all of that was. It just made me feel a little bit better that they were out of the line of sight and that I could not see them as I was walking around the house.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And that makes a lot of sense. Out of sight, out of mind is just standard.
Yes.
But guys, Dylan got it all. Well, I don't want to say got it all, but this time last year, Dylan was about to graduate or had already graduated. Dylan's got the job already. Dylan's got, living in his house with his family. They got a pool. Those are some things that another person would look at and decide.
External factors.
What do you have to be upset about? You know what I mean? But we cannot discredit anybody because it doesn't look a certain way. So I want you guys to think a little deeper, just about everything, guys. Just think a little deeper about your fellow man. Connected Radio Birmingham is not over yet. Final thoughts coming up. And we're going to leave on a light subject because I'm not going to do y'all like that. I told y'all it was birthday behavior, so we're going to get back to the fun when we return from the break on the other side. Thank you for connecting.
We have before us the glorious opportunity to inject a new dimension of love into the veins of our civilization.
Yeah, we are all connected, all of us affected by the injustice all over the planet. Time to do something, do it for the culture. Unite and conquer, together we are stronger. You are not connected.
So y'all know I think I can sing. I was in here like culture and my ad-libs. Everybody who know me know I do that to every song anyway because that's just how I get down. But I just want to finish out this show on a light note. I know that last week and earlier this month I shared with you some new information. I told y'all a lot of people think that the month of August is irrelevant. Like, if there is nothing to observe in that month, like it's all about just going back to school or whatever.
Two queens were born in this month.
Two queens were born in this month. Did you hear Taylor over there? Tell them again. Two queens. Two queens. And so, if nothing else, you've got to recognize and acknowledge our birthdays.
Hello.
But furthermore, August observes, in addition to some things I named last week, which are Purple Heart Awareness, Purple Heart Day, Financial Awareness Day.
No, that's very important.
Very important. Women Equality Day, about women's suffrage and when the 19th Amendment was passed.
I didn't hear about
They don't even, anyways. Why is that on the forefront of the conversation?
Because women.
Right, because it's women. Okay, thank you. And if I'm wrong, I need a man on here to come in and tell me I'm wrong.
I mean, they'll do that, but then have nothing to support it. They just want to hate. So,
nonetheless, in addition to all of that, guys, I found out that August is, guess what? Romance Awareness Month. And it made me feel some type of way when I found that out. If I'm just being honest, it made me feel some type of way. Because y'all know I'm a spiritual woman. And you know that all year I have been praying. And I have been counting on the Lord to send my man right before my birthday. Because I do. I wanted to do something for my birthday with my man that I don't have. And so as the month started to get closer and closer, approaching August, I started to say, okay, I guess it's going to be all right. I'm going to just wait on the Lord and be okay. Started to make myself okay with the idea. But that was before last week when I walked into Best Buy. And I was in the Geek Squad line, y'all.
Geek Squad
line. I was about to get my phone replaced, which I didn't. It's got some water damage, but that's a whole other headache. Nonetheless, the operation wasn't a total bust because this handsome fella tapped me from behind as I was standing in line. And I thought, thank you, Jesus.
Literally.
I know it's a little premeditated. But you know, I got a big imagination, right? So I'm always brainstorming how stuff could go down. Mm-hmm. So I done came up with all these scenarios on how I was gonna run into him or he was gonna run into me. And I didn't think about this one. He was just he told me, he said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you were someone else." And I was like, "Oh no, that's okay." And then as I turned back around saying that's okay, I was like, "Dang it." And then he was like, "But you look very nice today. How are you?" You know what I mean? So then I'm like, did he really think I was somebody else, or was he just trying to talk to me? Mm-hmm. So in that little conversation, we exchanged numbers, and we started talking a couple of days, and I was like, yes, finally about to do something. But I ain't heard back from him in a couple of days.
Oh, no. Never mind.
So I just want to check on all of my folks out here, our lovers. And check on you during this quarantine and see how you've been holding up with this loneliness, baby, because it's been tough.
I mean, really.
It's been tough for me. You know what I mean? I've fortunately been able to mask the pain and distract myself in my work.
And self-care, again, you know, self-love. And
self-care, getting my foot rubs consist of just, the people doing my pedicure these days instead of my man. It's okay, though. I'm still waiting on the Lord. But since Romance Awareness Month is August, it makes me feel like it's still promising. Who knows what's going to happen between now and the end of the month? What could pop off? And so I just wanted to share with y'all because I thought it was cute. I thought it was fun. And just so that you know that the founder, Eileen Buchan, I can't say her last name, Eileen B.
That's good.
This person created Romance Awareness Month to encourage couples to improve their relationships through romance all year long. And so, while we're talking about all these wonderful things on Connected Radio Birmingham, are you talking about it with someone else, with your partner? Mm-hmm. Are you guys on the same page as far as where you stand on certain issues?
That's really
what's important, what's relevant? Because if you're equally yoked with somebody, if you're trying to build with somebody, if you have aspirations of growing your relationship stronger, then when you are listening to Connected Radio Birmingham and to Tea Talks with Taylor, you shouldn't be listening by yourself. You should be having your boo with you. Or you should be sending them the link so they can watch it later.
Or talking about it later.
Or you should be asking them questions of things that we bring up because we're starting a conversation. Mm-hmm. Now, we're going to do some things to take action, but we can't do it by ourselves. It takes a community of people in order for change to come, right? And so we want to lead with love, okay? And I want to know what romantic stuff y'all been doing to keep the love alive during this pandemic.
Especially since you can't go nowhere. You
can't go nowhere.
Real creative. And I know, especially now because we've been in the house, probably got tired of each other by now. So what are y'all doing to spice up the love, to do something different? And also, I know a lot of people are probably even learning new things from each other, about each other, now that they've had all this extra time together.
Yeah, and that's what they were saying, Taylor, at the beginning of the pandemic. Well, I say the beginning of the pandemic, but, at the beginning of the pandemic.
I mean, that's what it is. We had a beginning. We don't know when it's going to end.
couples was going crazy because everybody got used to their routine, especially married couples. People got used to their routine. If I go to work, I go to the store, I go stop by the bar on my way after, all these different gym, whatever things that you do. And all of a sudden, it's just me and you all day. And I'm like, need my space away from you because that's what make our relationship work.
Yeah.
Me missing you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Not me looking at you all day. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm starting to realize why you're not an essential employee. Because you are not an essential husband. I'm just
Oh, my God. No.
I didn't have to go there. I didn't. But I'm bitter because I'm looking for love, remember? But I'm serious about this thing, guys. I don't know much about this topic. I think I'm a romantic. I've not had much of the opportunity to do romantic things.
But I would like romance.
But I want somebody to grace me with their romance. You know what I'm saying? And teach me a thing or two.
What is the word when courting?
Courting. I'll never forget when my granddaddy asked me was somebody courting me for the first time. And I was like, courting? It was like, yeah, somebody courting you. He country. Somebody courting you. I said, doing what to me? Nobody's doing anything to me. No. Courting you. And I was like, what's that? They're trying to take you out on a date, trying to make you feel special. I was like, oh, I think that's what's going on.
Oh.
But that is something, new information, new term for y'all youngins who are watching and connected. Courting. You want to be courted.
Yes.
Okay, even virtually. As school start, I know y'all ready to rush bed. Y'all been missing y'all boo all summer long.
Campus boo. Oh, that's just over. I'm sorry.
But tell them they're going to have to make it real romantic in their inbox or something. Y'all got to FaceTime with the romance or something. Because I'm just curious. I keep looking at you, Dylan, because I want to know.
He look like he.
How y'all kept things
I ain't about to spill no tea
during COVID-19?
We'll still go and visit each other. Really just hanging out at each other's houses, places, whatever. Last weekend, the reason I wasn't here, I was actually up just outside of Chicago meeting her family.
Oh, wow. That was exciting.
Yeah, I was up there for 3 or 4 days.
Did you get the stamp of approval?
Yes, I did. From both her mom, her sister, and her cats.
It's on now. That's wonderful.
Ooh.
Congratulations.
And the cats.
She has 4 cats. One of them doesn't really like any of them and hides anyway. So I saw her all of twice.
Oh, yeah, cats would be funny acting.
Well, but the cats are going to draw to him anyway. He's a cat lover. He is a cat owner.
I'm an animal person. Yeah.
So he was going to know exactly how to reel that cat in. So Kitty.
Two of the cats, the 2 that are the most sociable anyway, just immediately warmed up to me, and they were shocked at one of them doing that.
I'm sure that gave you some brownie points because the mom and the sister were looking like, look how gentle he is with that cat. He's going to be a good dad someday.
Yeah.
That's how we women think. I'm not going to speak for all women, but I'm telling you.
Yeah. It's
we'll
the
be
little
like,
stuff.
wow.
I'm telling you.
He's really handling that situation.
I mean, I'm right with you.
Look at him. Looks so caring.
Yes. I'm right with you. Cause
that's why I turned around and saw that man in Best Buy. We had a couple of conversations and I was like, this might be something. But let me not get my little head let me not get ahead of myself, Lord. It's gonna be all right. Hopefully my man listening to this show right now, like, just wait, baby, just wait.
Ooh. she looking for a man he probably didn't even know.
So, but I'm curious though, as we're talking about romance awareness and relationships and couples making things stronger and consistent and exciting and all of that. Did you have role models growing up that you could look to for healthy relationships and relationship goals, or did they come from TV, school couples? How did you become influenced by what romance should look like or what love looks like?
Nope. I wasn't even really interested in love or romance until like maybe a year ago.
Really?
Like I'm not a relationship goals. I love this couple. I'm not that type of person. Like I think it's actually kind of weird to like stan a couple. It's just really weird to me, man. Because I mean, every couple has like, we just don't know what they're going through.
Now that's facts right there. You never know,
and especially now with all this YouTube couples and stuff going on, it just makes me cringe in the pranks and all that, and people just under the comments standing. And so now I've never even been that type of person, but when it comes to like what I should look for in a romance,
you're so funny, Taylor. Okay.
What I should look for in a romance, YouTuber named Chrissy. That's what I really learned about like courting, and like as a woman and as a black woman, just wanted to like settle in my femininity, because that's what she talks about, like just showing your uppermost femininity and allowing for a man, you know, if he really wants you, he is going to come get you. Right? That, I do believe, as they say, men are hunters. Like, and I really want you to make me feel like it's a other million, 1,000, you know, bossy, bad, pretty women out there, and it's salute to them. But what are you going to do to make me feel special and to make me feel like I'm the specific one for you? So Chrissy, she taught me about like courting and how a man should just really show and take action, and how he wants you, and how you should allow for yourself to rest in your femininity, allow for yourself to be loved. And another woman, Amanda Seals, she talks about like now in romance, what she has learned in her 30, almost 40 years of life. Like, she wants to be able to just be soft and gentle and allow to lean on her man for understanding. So those are the things I'm looking for me to play the role as a female, to be feminine, and him be more masculine in the relationships. Even though like I don't really believe in gender roles and things like that, but some things I really do like to keep, I guess, old fashioned.
Well, you know, I'm a sometimes feminist anyway. But that's all for today, folks. Okay, before I go on this long tangent about love, because Taylor is not that into it, but I am. Okay, and I yes, like she said, rest on your femininity. I can't do the words today. Femininity. I feel like Nemo saying anonymity.
Oh yeah. I was like, what you trying to say?
I was going to call him Marlin, but I knew it wasn't Marlin. Anonymity. Anyways, guys, practice your vocabulary over the weekend until we return next week, okay? Because maybe you can do it better than I can, and you can correct me in the comments. Thank you for connecting. This has been an absolute wonderful show with my special guest, Taylor. But I guess I'm also her special guest. Boom. So definitely tell them again where they can go find your show on YouTube.
Yes, you can find my YouTube channel. Just type in Tea Talks with Tay. I have plenty of content for you to enjoy. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment.
Yes, this is live radio for all of Taylor's fans and followers. 101.1 FM, WXJC. This is Connected Radio Birmingham, which airs every Saturday at 5 o'clock p.m. My name is Taiy Willie. You can get connected with me online at Connected Radio BHM. Thank you for your time. We'll see you next time.